Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Physical Media Show on FanZcene Vids. With me tonight, as always, is Runner, who's now Runner Blaze, not Metal Runner, Runner Blaze, and Tom from Midnight Says After Dark. And welcome, guys. Welcome back to the show. How you guys been?
Hello.
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 Doing pretty good.
All right.
I had a pretty bad morning, but other than that, I'm doing all right. I was late to my first class. Just fucking terrible.
happens.
No, like Mondays and Wednesdays, like I have a class at 8 a.m. and I have to drive to my school. It fucking sucks. And my alarm didn't go off. That's why I was pissed. But my teacher ended up like being like, I don't know. He was like, "Yeah, you're fine. Just do your assignment."
Cool. And hail to the chat here. Everybody that showed up. I seen Cosmic Squirrel was there earlier, and Anthony Draven. Tyrell72, he says, "Good evening, gents and all." Dragon Master 360. That's better. No Gary time. It happens sometimes. Sometimes we get a little behind on some stuff that we got to plan on, so it happens. 4K Cinema, welcome. He says hello. Bryant Barr says hail, and hail to you guys in the chat and everybody watching. Thank you guys for being here. Before we get into if you guys want to go through the list of upcoming things, I did have a question, and Tom, I thought maybe you could help with this. From one of my subscribers who in one of my videos, they were asking about upgrading to 4K. What is a $200 to $300 4K player? Is that in the good area? And what kind of sound bar should they get?
Yeah, as far as the player, that sounds almost a little high end for sure.
That's what I was thinking a little bit.
So yeah, unless it's something you're not trusting or a name you've never heard of before, it sounds like it's a pretty good price, high wise. But as far as sound, all depends on what you've got for a setup. I personally don't like sound bars, but if you're somebody who's in a smaller area, or you don't exactly have the room to set up a surround sound system, there's some pretty decent sound bars out there. I know Sony had done some pretty good ones over the last couple of years. For a couple $100, you can get a pretty decent one. But if I had to really recommend, I would go with like a standalone receiver and a Dolby Atmos setup if you have the room.
Yes,
it all depends on your price range and what you have to work with. That's. I mean, I guess I'd have to know kind of what you're.
Yeah,
what you're working with.
Yeah, his name's Robert. He hasn't upgraded. He was wanting, he's wanting to upgrade to 4K, and he was just curious because he was not sure what price range for a 4K player, what kind of soundbar, if you'd have to get special things for it, whatever. And I thought, Tom would be you're the 4K master. You can help out a little bit more than I can.
Yeah, I mean, actually, Sony has a pretty decent player out there right now that you can get at Walmart for $170, I think it is.
I got one for $100.
BD700 or whatever it is.
Yeah, the Sony one at Walmart, pretty good.
So you can start there, and as far as if you're most sound bars, pretty much anything you're going to use, I would make sure that it's decent and not some obviously cheap sound bar. You're going to get what you pay for with those, I guess.
Yeah.
But otherwise, if you do a separate system where you can actually set your speakers up the size and placement that you need to best suit your needs, that's usually the best route. But if you can't have the wiring and stuff, like I said, Sony has some pretty good sound bars out there that even have like Dolby Atmos and stuff on them and some of that stuff, and they've tested pretty well or got pretty good ratings for some of the newer ones. So that's the best I can give you right now without having any specifics to work with.
Sounds good. And Robert, if you're watching this or if you watch back, just leave a comment and I'll send it to Tom or whatever, so we'll figure it out. But yeah, there you go. I thought you'd be a better help at it. I'm
yeah,
not
I'm
sure
not a
everything
big
you're gonna bring
fan
at
of
it.
sound bars, but if you're somebody who's like got a college dorm or a very small apartment or something like that, then they work just fine, especially if you get something that's decent. But usually, if you go to like a Best Buy or sometimes you'll have like a local electronics store that they might have something there to work with.
Yep. So there you go, Robert. So if you're looking to upgrade, I hope that helps you out a little bit. And if you need any more, just let us know. Appreciate that, Tom. Like I said, you're a
Yeah, and if
4K
you like,
master.
yeah, and at Best Buy usually they have stuff set up to where you can actually play with it, see how it sounds, see if you like it, that kind of a
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yep. At least they're still good for that. They may be shit on their movie department
Pretty
now, but
much. Yeah. If you want to
at
buy
least they're
if you
still
want to
good
buy
for
a
that.
TV or a microwave or a fucking stove, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Is there any new releases coming out soon that anybody wants to talk about? Should we run down some of them?
Sure. I don't know if there was any major new ones that
Yeah, I
were
did. I don't think
outside
I
of
didn't
Dream
even
a
do a
Little
video.
Dream, I think was the big one.
Yeah.
Which is going to get a Vestron release through Lionsgate. It's got some new special features, not a 4K, but a regular Blu-ray, of course. But
Yes.
that would be the Corey Feldman classic.
I like that movie. It's
Yeah,
weird.
it's a pretty good movie.
Yeah. The sequel was trash, but I
Very
still kind of like it because it's a bad movie.
It was pure cash in.
Yeah.
But yeah, the original one was decent. And then Warner Archive announced the original Star is Born from
Oh
1940
yeah. Yeah.
from 1937, and then Wonderful World of Brothers Grimm from 62, and Captain of the Clouds from 42. Of course, Matrix Revelations is coming soon on March 8th. King's Man will hit on February 22nd. Criterion, which we'll talk about here in a few minutes. I don't know if you saw what I discovered. Well, not
Yes, with
totally
the Beatles.
discovered, but confirmed, I should say.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
You want to talk about a little bit about that before we begin?
We
Since
can,
it's a big
yeah,
thing.
but let's get through these announcements real
Okay,
quick. It's
okay.
not great that many
Okay.
anyway, but the piano coming for 4K from Criterion. I don't have a date here in front of me, but there's also Alfred Hitchcock's Stage Fright coming, Going Ape, we already mentioned before, I believe. Let's see here. Miracle in Milan from Criterion. Yeah, and okay, so Criterion. They've had what, 3 or 4 4K releases thus far altogether.
Yeah.
Now, granted, the last one wasn't the 4K that was the problem; it was the Citizen Kane Blu-ray.
Yep.
This time, it's the 4K of Hard Day's Night, and right near the end of the film, there's a shot of John randomly out of place that's supposed to be something completely different. And then, let me show you here. This shot is used twice when it's supposed to be this shot instead the second time. Now, of course, it's correct on the Blu-ray, but not on the 4K. So those two things, we haven't heard anything yet whether or not they're going to fix it. Lord knows they made people go through leaps and bounds to get a. Let me put it this way: they made you go through so much shit to get a replacement of the Blu-ray for Citizen Kane that I'm like, fuck it, I got the Warner Brothers version. I don't need another Blu-ray of it.
Yeah, the brothers, it would have be easier to get the Blu-ray of Citizen Kane just to keep with that.
Just all the trouble you have to go through. So I'm hoping it's not similar, but it probably will be for this one, where they'll make you take a video of you breaking it and then putting it in an envelope and sending it back to them broken, so then they can send the other one back. It's a fucking stupid thing.
That's like the craziest stuff
I've
ever
but
heard
that's
in my life.
exactly what it is. That's exactly what you had to do.
I don't know why. What are they like, afraid people's going to sell it or something?
Don't know. I really wish I had an answer for you on that one. But it's moving on, though, Kino announced Heat in the Night, which I think we mentioned before, but we've got that one coming, and I believe the date will be April 19th on that one. which oddly enough, that one was in the works prior to Sidney Poitier's death. So no, that was not just a cash in, folks, because I do remember bringing that up prior to that.
Yeah, I remember they announced it like maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah, like a month ago at least, like right before. It was at least a couple weeks before Sidney had passed. I know that.
Yeah.
Then we got House on the Edge of the Park coming from Severin. Let's see here. We also have some more Little Rascals coming, Volume 5. Sacco and Vanzetti from Kino Lorber, 1971 film. Mutant Blast coming from Troma, which is a 2018 film. Forgotten Gialli, Volume 3 coming from Vinegar Syndrome. I'm probably saying that wrong. Or Gialli or something like that.
It's Giallo. I think it is.
Yeah. Sweetie, You Won't Believe It, coming from 101 Films over in the UK, it looks like, or Britain anyway. The Gentle Gunman coming to Blu-ray also from Studio Canal, looks like another foreign release. Then we got Rick and Morty complete set, which is not anything new. It's just the collected set as far as I know.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Got Red Desert coming from the French label Carlotta Films, it looks like. Black Magic, which looks like an exclusive giveaway from Classic Flicks. Then we have a movie called Settlers from 2021 coming from RLJE Films. Then we got, let's see here. A lot of these are movies I've never even heard of, and there's some random shit. But American Pimp is one that's coming that I've heard of.
Nice.
So I'm gonna say I'm jumping through some of these here because.
Go ahead.
Then Brian Wilson, A Long Promised Road, which is a documentary from 2021, and that looks like the most notable ones coming. Oh, and Desperate Riders, a 2021 Western, it looks like.
There you go. Dragon Master was just asking, is there any Westerns coming to 4K or
there's your
any
answer.
already on 4K? Yeah. The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance is coming to 4K.
That's another one coming, yep.
There's a couple Clint Eastwoods on 4K. Unforgiven, it's a great one.
Yep.
I shared that on here once.
Other than that, I'm trying to think if there was any other news that we might have missed. What other ones did I not mention that you can think of?
I know the Green Lantern, but I think you mentioned that already.
Yeah, I think that was like a week or two ago.
Yeah, I don't think there was nothing real new. I think that was about it, really. And then, like, today they announced, like, here, Tim Hayes says Sorcerer 4K is coming, but they announced all the special features today. Yeah. Alligator's coming. I don't know if they announced the special features for Alligator yet, but yeah, from Scream and Shout Factory, those are coming.
No, too. Alligator is just the first one that's in 4K, right?
Yeah, the first one's 4K.
Releasing 1 and 2 at the same time, I think.
Yeah, you got that. I love Clint Eastwood and John Wayne. I don't really like to pick. I think they both got their.
Honestly, I'd have to go with Clint, but
I kind of want to say Clint Eastwood too, but I love John Wayne too. So,
but yeah, I do love John Wayne as well.
Yeah, I love that. But there you go, guys. Everybody out there, here you go. There you go, Tyrell. Both exactly.
Why not both?
Why not? Has anyone received the Ghostbusters Ultimate Collection yet from Mark? Have you, Tom? It's not due out yet till next month.
No, it doesn't come out till next week. Yeah.
I was gonna say, doesn't that come out in February?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And welcome, Mark.
How much does that thing cost now? Is it?
It was down to 80 for a bit there, I think.
Oh, okay.
Like 88, and then you could get it. You could get it, I think, for a while there.
Yeah, and I think it's sold out now, though.
Did we mention Heavy Metal and Heavy Metal 2000?
Oh, no, we did not. But you mentioned it
last week. Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Yep. I'm looking forward to the first Heavy Metal. Not really. We'll see about the second one.
It'd be nice to have it in a decent version, but it's not. Yeah, it's not that great.
Yeah. But there you go, guys, everybody, and yep. A Sci-Fi Action Movie Review says, "Damn, I should have snagged one." Yeah, you should. I mean, I'm sure they'll have more. I haven't checked in a while, but the last time I did check, they were sold out. But I'm sure they have more now.
Yeah, Amazon says currently unavailable, so I might wait. I might just get the Ghostbusters Afterlife just on the 4K as it is, because I'll probably get it day one.
There you go. That'll work. I mean, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some.
Yeah, I still need to get Ghostbusters 2 on 4K though. I only have the first one on 4K.
Them will probably become the two on those will probably drop in price dramatically with that set coming out with all the
Yeah,
So that'd be cool.
that's true because the only reason I got the first one was because I got it for like $10 on Black Friday.
Yeah.
But they didn't have two. They only had the first one on stores. And whenever I go to a Best Buy, they always have the first one on 4K, but they never have the second one on the shelves. I don't get it. That's a crime.
It happens. But who wants to go for what's that, Tom?
I said, what a crime.
What a
A
crime.
crime.
Who feels like going first tonight?
Just because I have stuff to do.
That way you can get the hell out of here.
All right, go on,
right.
runner. Surprise us.
This movie, I don't know if I consider this one a movie, but I enjoy it. It's an interesting concept. I think you've probably seen it. It's I don't want to put this in horror just because it doesn't feel like a horror movie really, but it's Cloverfield on 4K.
I like it. It's all right, but it's not something I actually own. I'm not a huge fan of it too much.
My mother always said if I don't have something nice to say, not to say anything at all.
Yeah, that's I mean,
it's fine. It's not the greatest movie ever,
okay,
but
it had potential, but it should have been shot like District 9. It was fine to start out with the handy cam shit, but once the shit started hitting the fan, it should have just went into like a regular movie.
That would have been nice.
Made it a little better. But then the other side of it is the whole precedence or whatever you want to call it, the whole idea of the kid wanting to go back into town.
Yes, it's the one Matt Reeves made.
Yeah, it just, to me, it's like you don't even know if she's alive. She's not even really your girlfriend, yet you're sacrificing everybody else for yourself when you made it out of town. Get out of there.
Yeah.
That's just, it sounds stupid.
And then he ends up killing all his friends and I think getting himself killed in the process. So it's just like,
I kind of felt it was a pointless movie.
It had potential.
It had potential. Kind of like the other Cloverfields better, but even then they're not nothing really.
Have you seen the other ones? Because I feel like I'm not going to like those.
I've seen them. They're
I've seen the John Goodman one, but again, it has very little to do with anything to do with this movie.
Yeah, it has nothing to do. They're just like each separate tales. I will say I know a lot of people hate it, the Cloverfield, whatever one they put on Netflix, but that honestly, that's probably the best of the three.
Really?
Which I think is the same thing as the second one, where it had nothing to do with Cloverfield, I don't think, to begin with. And then
they're just like an anthology series. But they're nothing to write home about. They're not like
the John Goodman one's all right, but
I mean, if it wasn't
really fucking stupid because
wasn't that called Cloverfield Paradox or something?
That was the one on Netflix. Yeah, Cloverfield Lane is the one with John.
Oh, Goodman. Cloverfield Lane. Yeah. That's it.
I mean, it has some good stuff with him and you know how he acts. I think John Goodman definitely makes it. But yeah. I mean, it's not. I mean, that's. I can't, like Tom said, I can't really think of much to say about Cloverfield.
It's one of those movies I'd be like, watch it just to see what you think. I like the concept. That's partially why I'm like, yeah, I like it. I mean, I don't think it's the greatest thing ever, but
yeah. But I mean that's a decent pick for the first night, and it's on 4K. So
produced by J.J. Abrams.
Yeah, J.J. Abrams.
Unfortunately, but
I'm not so sure. Here's the other thing about that one, though. I mean, I'm not so sure how good that would look in 4K.
Yeah, it is.
I just got it because it was cheap as shit.
No, I get you, but I'm like sitting here kind of scratching my head, going, I mean, it's from a handy cam through the whole movie.
Yeah, I know. I know. I just saw it at Best Buy and I'm like, shit, I'll take it.
I mean, it might look a little better, the HDR and stuff like that, but
Yeah, it says features HDR, but
Yeah, it's got to be a 2K up convert though. There's no way it was shot on film. Because I mean, that was the whole point. Is it was shot on digital to look like the digital camera. Yeah,
that's true.
But whatever, it is what it is. I mean, I know it's a pretty popular franchise. I can't knock you for liking it. It's just when it came out, I literally watched the last 2/3 of it on high speed because at that time the PS3 would play something and still play the sound when you sped it up to a point.
Yeah, the PS4 does that.
Does it still? Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it still does that.
I literally like just so I can get through it. I was like, okay, this is
that's what I did when I watched. It's funny you mentioned that. That's what I did when I watched Spectre, the second to last Daniel Craig Bond movie, and I only did that because I was going to see No Time to Die with a friend of mine that night, and I had to speed it up because I'm like, I don't want to be late for the showing, so I just sped that up, and I'm like, yeah, this movie's still not great even with that, even though I watched like technically a shorter version of the movie. And then I watched No Time to Die, and I'm just like, this is a mess. But yeah.
Speaking of messes, am I the only one who's seen Scream yet?
Nope.
Yes, I still haven't seen it yet. Is it bad, Tom? I don't want to. I mean, go ahead. Rip the Band-Aid.
What'd you think, Runner?
No, I didn't see it. I was saying like.
Oh, I thought you said you did.
No. You asked if anyone's seen Scream, and I said no, I haven't.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I said I think am I the only one who's seen it? So I thought you meant no, I seen it.
No,
sorry.
Yeah, no.
Without getting into spoilers.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, just what is it?
Some people like it. I can understand why. It's a well-paced movie. It's not extremely well written. It's not clever. And it basically says that toxic fans are the problem.
See, that's what I've been hearing.
I knew it. Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. That's why I didn't see it.
And it conflates too many things, right? Like it could have had a message in there and they could have went the right route because I think a lot of people are misunderstanding how these movies are supposed to work.
That's what I was afraid of because I feel like I could from watching the trailers and stuff, it felt like people were like infatuated with the 90s and what they felt Scream was in the 90s without
it's not just
understanding Scream. You know what I mean?
Kind of part of it, but the other part of it is just a lot of what this movie is trying to say was already said in the last one and better.
That's what I was going to ask you because I didn't like part 4.
But at least 4 though already commented on the idea of remakes and stuff like that, right?
Yeah,
and reboots.
And they did a decent job at the end of it, even though I didn't like the movie.
Yeah, I mean, in the very least, it was done by Wes. It was a nice cap on it. Like, honestly, I do not understand why any of the original characters are in this movie outside of Gale. They have zero reason to fucking be there. In fact, Neve Campbell should never even come near it. She has nothing to do with any of it.
Nice. Oh, that just...
I mean,
at least Halloween Kills,
but
I get it. I mean, at least Halloween Kills, it was a fun, bad movie.
Yes. See, this one, unfortunately, and then you have other problems that are not just delegated to this Scream film. And I don't want to give too much of away, but there's already been enough to where you have, let's just put it this way, killers that there's no way they're the killer. They don't look like the killer because, in every one of these movies, Ghostface is a 6 foot.
That was like one of my biggest pet peeves from part 4 because both them people, Macaulay Culkin's brother and Emma Roberts, they're both like the same height and they're both like 5 foot tall.
There's no way she was doing half that shit.
Exactly. There's no way.
Yeah. You have a similar issue here.
Oh my God, I hate that.
And then the other gimmick of this movie is that everybody involved is basically a relative of somebody.
Yeah.
Which, again, is something they already kind of did in the last one with Sydney's cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the stupidest things I hated about the previous films, they repeat here in a sense. and I don't want to give too much of it away, but like, let's just say that I don't know about you guys, but I know Scream 3 gets a bad rap. But
I love Scream 3.
The only thing I don't like about Scream 3 is one thing, and I don't know if you agree with me or not, but it's the stupid visions that she keeps having of her mother.
Those I agree with you on that, because I always felt like, okay, if you're going to go this route, at least do something a little supernatural, and they were kind of just pointless and aggravating.
Something similar in this one, but it's even dumber.
Oh,
it makes
God.
no sense.
Once I see it,
to tie this individual character to somebody from the past, and it is
so gay.
And what's stupid is the way this character comes off is so modern woke in a sense, not like it's in a sense of making somebody who probably should be a bad guy a good guy. And honestly, the movie would have been fixed had they really made one of the original people a killer.
That's crazy.
And I'm going to tell you right now, and this is almost half a spoiler, but it's like you have one character in particular, and they almost set it up like it could have been this person, but they copped out at the last minute. Well, let's just say there's one character who they never bring up what they've lost over this entire ordeal. And they've never griped about it, and they have every motive in the world to turn on everybody, especially Sydney. But they didn't even utilize that, but yet they ignore the one thing that would have been the tipping point. And that's why I thought, oh, maybe they will make an original character a killer. And I almost wish they had.
Oh, man.
So that's the closest I'll get to a spoiler on it. But anyway.
It sucks, man. And once I see it, we're definitely gonna have to do a Scream stream.
But they drag every last person they can out from under a rock who's been in a Scream movie before. Pretty much that's alive.
I was gonna say, like, from what I've heard with this movie, it sounds like a movie I would just wait for it to be on streaming, honestly. That's just me though.
And other than that, the rest of the movie is just scenes set up to be just like the first movie.
Yeah. See, I don't like. I mean, I like when they pay homage, and I like maybe little callbacks to the first movie. But if you're going to make a movie and set it up to be almost identical to the first movie, and then change it into something that it wasn't to begin with, I mean, that sounds horrible.
Well, and again, I don't want to get into spoilers because I'm sure there's people in the chat and you guys too who want to see it. Maybe just and some people have enjoyed it. I mean, as far as a Scream movie goes, though, it's.
It's what I'm seeing is because I'm into the horror community and stuff. It's been like 50-50 amongst the people that's seen it.
And the worst thing is, had they not conflated things like Ghostbusters Afterlife with Star Wars and some other things when they talk about them, it wouldn't have been such a problem. Like if you would have had the one kind of, because they do kind of talk about this aspect. They don't use the term reboot-quel that I made up, but they do say requel.
Requel. That's what I heard it was called. Yeah, requel.
So but that's the problem is they conflate all these movies. I'm like, wait a minute, you cannot mix all these movies you mentioned. You can't mix Ghostbusters Afterlife with Star Wars and Terminator.
Yeah.
Because there's two reasons why those movies didn't work and the other one did. Now, that's the thing is because I think people are, and there's even an article afterwards that came out that just hit a lot of this stuff even more on the head. So that's where if like people really want to argue with me about it and they'll be like, I didn't really get that. I didn't see that in there. They meant the 2016 one. It's like, no, they meant Ghostbusters Afterlife. And Creed, I think they also mentioned in there. I'm like, no, that shouldn't be in that list.
Yeah, that shouldn't.
But there's an article that like makes all these points again. And you can't tell me that article wasn't sanctioned by Paramount.
Yeah.
And it's flat out says that basically the fans are the problem.
That's what I was hearing.
It also presents the bad fans as ones who only want the first film and the first film only.
Oh, God.
And it's like, no, you're totally misunderstanding and misrepresenting what fans are about.
I think so.
I'll wait.
Yeah, I mean, I heard a dude talking about it on TV, and he said that it reminded him of the Star Wars sequels and Matrix Resurrections, and he didn't like it. And I was like, "Oh my God, really?"
Yeah, it's along those lines.
Yeah,
and that's what I'm saying. Even if you didn't like Scream 4, it's still, like you said, the ending was good because why? Because at least Wes Craven got the message.
Exactly. I mean, as much as I may not like Scream 4, but I can watch Scream 4 again. And I do enjoy the ending with Sydney, like when we've talked about where she said you don't mess with the original and all that. I get that. I like that. And I personally, I think 3 is a great ending, but 4 is a nice little like
capper.
What do you call that? Like a compendium or something.
Well, and that's what I'm saying is like it almost puts it to a point where it's like, no, you can't remake this now. You can't go any further than this. This was it. You can't, right? Like you shouldn't. And this movie just tries to regurgitate a lot of those same thoughts. But what Wes got right was it wasn't so much just the first movie in quotations, it was the first series, right? Like that was kind of the point of Scream 4 is you can't reboot it. It has to be a sequel, right? Like that was kind of the whole point of it. Fans want a sequel. They want a continuation. They don't want a reboot. They don't want a remake. This movie, on the other hand, is trying to say, no, reboots should be okay. It's the fans that are stopping them.
That sounds horrible.
And this movie is a reboot.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I was basically. It was a soft reboot, like they like to say.
Technically, yes. And I mean, it's setting up a whole, and that's the other problem with why are these original characters here now? Because it really is set up in this way that you don't necessarily need them. They shouldn't even really fucking be there outside of Gail Weathers because of her attachment to the, to the town and the fact that she's a reporter still. That's the only reason she would be there, right? But even her, through the shit she's been through, would probably be like, fuck that.
Yeah. It's true. Brian, the difference between the Scream movies and stuff like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Friday the 13th is that Texas Chainsaw Massacre is more like a what do I want to say? Scream is more like in the line of like a slasher,
Scream
like
is commenting on those movies.
Yeah, commenting on like Halloween or Friday the 13th.
This movie is commenting on the Scream movies. The Scream movies were already meta commenting on these other horror movies. So it's like a snake eating its own tail, and that's what the fourth movie was all about. Is you can't remake it because
this is what happens when you leave out Wes Craven. This is what happens when you leave out a crucial ingredient to the franchise. And I mean, he's passed on, but that's what it shouldn't have been messed with.
And I don't know why we got all on there. This is my
fault. So that's okay. Like I said, once I get to see it, I'm going to have you on here and Runner 2, and we'll talk. We'll do a Scream stream. We'll talk all the movies, and we'll just.
I still gotta watch 3 and 4, but yeah,
like they drug out any living character that was left, and it was almost like obligatory in some scenes. It's just like, like the girl cop from Part 4. I understand. But they've got like fucking what's his face's sister, Randy's sister in it and shit for like 2 whole seconds.
Oh man.
And there's like a couple other characters that are tangentially connected. Like I said, everybody in this, all the kids are relatives to characters from the first film and shit.
Yeah.
So like, yeah.
See you later, Martin Acosta Santana. Glad you could be here for a little bit. I hope you enjoy the rewatch when you come back. And
the main character is a convoluted fucking connection. I wish I could tell you guys. They give it away right away in the movie, but like they don't give it away in the trailer, so I don't want to spoil it.
Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to watch it here soon.
Yeah,
that's why I was. Isn't it supposed to come on Paramount in February?
I think it'll be in like less than 30 days now. Yeah, because 45 days after release, I think it was supposed to be.
Maybe I can find an. I mean, because I really don't want to go to the theater and watch it.
No, me neither, because I'm going to watch that fucking Uncharted movie in the theater.
No, Scream 2022 felt like it should have been a streaming series. And maybe it would have been better. I mean, I don't know if the message would have been the same. I don't think they can fix that. But, like, again, like I'm stretching through the whole movie. It's like, yeah, I'm glad to see these original characters back, but they're serving zero purpose.
Plus, like even with the trailers, like that first one was really good, but like I just felt like this doesn't look like
the trailer is so much better than the movie is.
I believe that.
I believe that 100%.
But yes, Brian Barth, Tom does feel like it did do some damage to the horror genre there.
I'm not alone, and as much as I love the first 4 films, like especially those first 3 did really fuck up the horror genre.
It did. And once we do the Scream stream, we'll get into more of that. But let's move on to.
It took Freddy versus Jason to get it somewhat back on track again.
True. And a lot of people still don't kind of like that, but I like that just because it's just crazy insanity, even though Freddy doesn't get to do much in it. But yeah, what's this real quick? Anyone know how the transfer looks on the new El Santo Blu-ray box set? Anybody
Sorry, I
know?
cannot tell you on that. I wish
Yeah,
Mike was in the chat. He'd probably know.
yeah. But okay, Tom, let's go to you. What do you got
All
for
right.
us?
All right. First, I'm going to do a book.
All right.
These are cool. I just discovered these. They're not brand new, but they have a few of them out already and a few coming.
Oh, nice.
For those who know about the Topps cards from when we were kids,
I
they
know
come out
them.
with these cool book collections where they have, well, they even have extra new cards, but that just fell out. And they actually have the whole card series in there, front and back, a little bit of history about each one. They got, it's really neat. Sorry.
It's pretty cool. I like that. You and Mike got some cool books.
And what's cool is like this, the book cover is in the same exact type of paper that the old comics or the old cards used to come in. So that's kind of cool. I mean, they got like a Garbage Pail Kids one. They've got the Star Wars films ones. Jurassic Park is coming eventually here. So hopefully they do some more of these. These are really neat. I like them. I mean, I've got a lot of these cards, but it's really nice to have them in these nice collections like that, and, it has like the art from the original.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And all that stuff. And you get a little history, like I said, and shows you the boxes.
I always liked them cards. I used to collect some of them.
So you kind of see all the,
Yeah.
And then they did the cards, of course, for the newer one, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, that's what the original thing looked like in the 1969 series. And, it just goes card by card by card.
That's cool.
It's kind of neat. Like, I hope they do these for a lot more of them. They're really nice to do because they're only like $20, $25. So they're not too bad. That. Yeah, they're really neat. You even got like the back, looks like the old back of the.
There you go. Oh, packages. Yeah. I like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, they did a pretty good job with them. They're really neat. And like I said, I still have a bunch of the actual collections, but like just to have those books like that, that's kind of really cool.
I love that. Like that's good. That's going to have to go on my list too, along with like the ad nauseum that Mike brought up. I'm gonna put them on there.
I know. I still got to get some of those yet too.
And my brother, he still has all of his original Garbage Pail Kids cards from the 80s.
I was hoping I'd have that one by tonight to show with it, but I do have that one coming in the mail.
Oh, that's good. He kept them. He's like, no, dude, these are going to be worth tons and tons of money in the future.
The first few series are worth quite a bit.
I'm telling that I don't think he's ever gone through them in a long time, but yeah, he still has
a lot of kids stuck them on everything. That's why, like,
right.
Of the rare, like, see, that's the thing is a lot of the ones from when we were kids, they aren't really worth all that much. They're worth about as much as they were when we were kids, maybe a little bit more, but depending on the age and the popularity of the movie and the rarity of the cards out there. Like, there's a couple of the sets that I've had to, like, because I've had to basically, I had all these when I was a kid, so I lost them in a house fire, so I had to rebuild a lot of them again.
Oh man!
But a couple of them were like pricey.
Dang.
And it was just like, but the rest of them are pretty easy to like get a hold of. Like, I literally got like 3 boxes of the Flintstones movie.
I know. I still have like the Batman.
Yeah, I got all the Batman.
Those,
ones, yeah.
I still got some of those. That's cool. That's cool though. Did they give you like powdered gum? Like 4K Cinema said, no powdered gum in that.
Not in the book. It would have been cool.
That would have been cool.
What they did give you is a new, and each one of the books seems to come with these two. They say a new. Shut. Dropped on the floor here. It's a new set of cards. Well, this one is a new set of posters for the new films. So for the rise, the war, and all that stuff. So they're just the movie posters of those with the back looks just like the old cards. So
nice.
Yeah,
that's a cool book. I like that.
Let's see here.
See,
the front's just like movie poster art.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's all smudgy. But yeah, they got the first 3 Star Wars movies in the Star Wars universe one out.
That's cool.
I'm trying to think of what else I saw. There was a couple of them they got done, but no, this was the first one I got. And like I said, I got the Jurassic Park one on pre-order. And the Garbage Pail one coming in the mail. So there you go.
That's man, you and Mike, man. I see those. That just takes me back to, I like retro stuff. So it just takes me back. And I like that stuff. That's cool. It's cool. I like it. I like it,
One of
Tom.
the more expensive sets I got is one you'd probably dig, and that's the Fright Flicks ones.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, those are not cheap to get a hold of anymore, though. But which is funny because I used to buy those, and I had tons of them because they were in a liquidator store. So me and my buddy literally bought them by the box.
Dang.
So we had tons of them, but like now I don't have any of them. But so to get the whole set though was pretty pricey. It was the most priciest one I bought. And I even got ones as old as like Raiders of the Lost Ark and shit like that. So
dang.
And Close Encounters and a few other older ones, yeah.
You got the good stuff, Tom. The good.
Oh, I'll dig some of those out one of these days. They're all in boxes right now, but I could go grab my Flintstones cards and whatever, but I ain't gonna. No, and I actually got a set of Rocky cards, which is funny. I got.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was complete happenstance because I got it for a hell of a price. It was like really cheap actually, and inside I had like a 1 in I don't know how many thousand chance of getting an autographed Stallone card, and I got one.
Nice.
Like it was a really like my chances were already like slim to none because of how old the box was, and then the chance like I even double checked. I'm like, no way, this was like it was like, oh my god, because if the guy had known when he was selling, that box would have been worth like $500.
Yeah. He would have probably like, son of a bitch.
Yeah. Because there's only like so many of these in existence, right?
Yeah,
and he actually numbered them. Like I went through research and I'm like, this can't be like real. Like this is just like in every one of them. I'm like, oh no, there's only like 18 of these in existence or something like that. I was like, holy shit.
I still have like my DC and Marvel cards is about all I have left. But they're
I had a lot
special.
of those, but like the Marvel cards are actually worth a little bit. Those are a little harder to get a hold of.
Oh, that's cool. Mine ain't really that old. They're more like the 90s.
Yeah, those are the ones I'm talking about.
Oh, really? I'll have to go through them.
Where you'd have the character on the front, and then you flip it over, and it had all their stats and all that shit
yeah,
on the back.
Yeah, I still have
those are actually worth a little bit. Not like ton, but they're worth a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Cool. I'll have to check them out. I have a little bit of them. I don't have a lot of them. I
mean, we got oversaturated with them in the 90s specifically, but like, that was the other thing with like baseball cards. The same thing happened.
Yeah.
Too many versions of them, and like they just kind of burnt the market out.
But, it's kind of why I quit getting cards because like after a while it's like yeah. But I did enjoy the sticker books too.
Do.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's pretty cool sometimes when they like, if you like Fright Rags, they'll release like cards. Like I'll show you.
Yeah, I got the Chucky ones, but I sent them back because I was kind of unimpressed by how much they cost.
Yeah, but well, I always hit the wrong thing.
Plus, I think I was pissed because I thought for the price I was getting a whole box.
I got one here from Slaughter High. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like one of their cards. Yeah, or it's Christmas Gory. But yeah, it's fun to get those. Like I like when they put them out. But yeah, they're just not the same.
So what do you got for us?
Yeah, I'm going to start with a VHS tonight just because I'm going to promote my documentary that I will be premiering tomorrow at 3:00. So if you guys want to check out my VHS documentary tomorrow. So I got The Experts with John Travolta and Kelly Preston and Ari Gross. So nothing special there. If you guys have ever seen this. Basically, it's one of those 80s movies where they try to recapture the 50s. John Travolta and Ari Gross are two hip New Yorkers who get drugged in by the KGB to the small town that's like still stuck in the 50s, and it's just a Russian spy training area.
Training, yeah.
Yeah. And so, but they fall in love with the town and they help the people. So that's about the extent of it.
It's kind of a pretty bad movie from my recollection, but I have not seen it in like years.
But I like bad movies, so yes, it's a bad movie, but it's a fun watch.
I'm trying to remember. Aren't they playing like teenagers too?
Yeah, I do believe they're like.
John Travolta's like fucking 30.
I know, you can see his face. He's like got like a receding hairline and stuff. And I think they're supposed to be like just like fresh out of high school and early college or something. So it's great. It's where he met Kelly Preston for his wife for the first time. But yeah, it's a funny bad movie, but I always liked it, so I just picked it up. And I like VHSs. But there you go. There's my little.
AKA, it was just another movie in the '80s for John Travolta.
Yes, it was just another paycheck. Oh yeah, Freaked with what's his name from Bill and Ted. That movie is messed
that
up.
movie needs a new re-release. Like it was
Yes,
a
it
very
does.
limited Blu-ray. It's hard to get your hands on.
Yeah, I like that movie. It's crazy with Randy Quaid, Brooke Shields, and all that.
Keanu Reeves plays the dog boy in it. He's uncredited.
It's crazy though. That movie, you're right. That movie does need like a new Blu-ray upgrade.
Well, it did get a Blu-ray release, but it was like very, very limited. I don't know why, but like to get your hands on it it's excessively expensive. But I've got the DVD. It was a Shout, or well, I think it was Anchor Bay before they were Shout or whatever. But yeah,
nice. But I wish they would give it out, get it back out. That'd be cool. But there's
sadly, I believe Disney owns it now.
Well, then you'll never see it, especially with some of the shit that happens in that movie.
Because it was a Fox picture, I believe.
Oh, that sucks. It's like every time we talk about a movie, it's like Disney owns it. It's like, oh no, we'll never see that again. 4K Cinema says my first VHS tape was King Kong, Jessica Lange version, black and gold Paramount box. That's cool. That's awesome.
Eat me, you big ape.
I just got King Kong Lives on VHS.
I've got that on DVD.
Did they ever put that on DVD? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I was always like
no extras or nothing.
Yeah, it wouldn't agree, but it was always just like a fun watch.
Honestly, I feel like the ape costumes were much better in King Kong Lives, but that's also because it was 10 years after the fact.
It is later in the 80s. But that's a good one. And that was basically, I mean, I love VHS. I brought it on. But it was also to pimp my documentary, which will premiere tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time right here on FanZcene Vids.
Was it an OG release of King Kong Lives? Because otherwise it was only just like the Good Times releases or whatever.
I think it might be a Good Time release.
Oh, okay.
I'm not really sure. It's over there. But I'll check it out later. And
I love that poster, the cover of that one, the original anyway. I'm just curious which one you had. Because I think they changed the cover art eventually. That's why I was like,
well, give me a minute. I'll get it real quick. It's not that far away.
Go fucking get it. No.
Be right back. Hold down the fort.
All right.
While I'm getting it, Runner, show your thing.
Yeah,
while
what's your pick, Runner?
All right, my next movie is a little movie called The Accountant.
I have not seen that one yet, but it's one
It's good.
I think I might have it actually, but I haven't seen it.
It's pretty decent. I think you'd like it, Tom.
Wait, maybe I have. I'm trying to remember. What's the I mean, I kind of know he's like a killer, right? Like a hired.
Yeah, like he's an accountant. Ben Affleck, his character when he was like a little boy was basically autistic.
Oh, I like that movie, The Accountant.
Yeah, The Accountant. Yeah, it's a good movie.
Trying to figure out if I have it or if I've seen it. I think I might have seen it.
It's got John Barenthal in it.
Yeah, John Barenthal, however you say his last name. Anna Kendrick, J.K. Simmons.
Did I miss where you showed it? Did you show it already?
Yeah, I did. It's right here.
Oh, there it is. Oh,
okay.
4K. That's nice. I got it on Blu-ray. I haven't upgraded 4K, but I did like it. I didn't think I would like that movie, but then you watch it and it's really good. It's almost like a superhero movie, like a Punisher, Batman type movie.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's taken a little serious. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's got some pretty good fight scenes.
I mean, it's got Batman and the Punisher in the movie. So
yeah. So, but yeah, I don't know if you. That's my King Kong Lives. I just got.
Oh,
that's an OG. Is
that the OG? It's a lore mark.
No.
Yeah. So.
Pretty sure that's an OG.
I thought it was a good time, but then I saw the Lorimar one.
The Good Times logo is kind of like the Lorimar one. So
yeah. I picked it up really cheap. It's in pretty good condition.
Looks like it. Doesn't even look faded really or nothing. I love that poster.
It's a pretty cool way to. But there you go. There's my King Kong Lives. I haven't watched this one yet. I've been meaning to because I always remembered it, having a decent watch with it. But I always like you. I've always enjoyed the first one better.
I have a history with that. See, that was a movie that they had at the video store, but it was always out. Mm-hmm. So somebody like broke the tape or whatever. So I never got to see it as a kid. I'm trying to remember when I finally got to see it. If it was on cable or I ended up renting it from somewhere, but it was such a disappointment. Like, what the fuck am I watching? I think was my reaction. Like as soon as we got to the heart transplant bit, and I'm just like, what? And then you got the Lady Kong, and I'm just like,
yeah,
huh?
What is going on?
And like he started out, and it's like, oh, it's a sequel to the 70s. Oh, cool. It's actually a sequel because it starts off with the last movie.
Yeah.
You're like, holy shit, because I thought it was some of its own thing or something. I had no idea what it was when I saw it at first, and it was like just something I always wanted to see because of the. I remember it's like it's a King Kong movie, and the fucking tape looked cool as shit, and it was never in. Somebody broke the tape, god damn it! And then, like I said, I got lucky enough to see it, and I'm just like, oh, I wish I'd seen this as a kid because this does not live up. It does not stand up.
It doesn't hold up at all.
Or hold up, at all. No.
Yeah. But yeah, it was good. I didn't realize it was the original. I bought it with a bunch of them not too long ago.
I'm pretty sure it was only released once before Good Times got it because like it was a toughie to find. It was never one that was re-released all that much or anything.
Yeah, it looks like it. It's pretty good condition.
It barely got that DVD release. I was probably lucky to get my hands on it. I don't even know if it's in print anymore.
I bet it's not. I bet it's, especially with the
cover for that sucks ass. It looks so stupid.
Yeah. What the deal on the rights with the issues of King Kong Lives?
Nothing that as far as I know, it's just Fox. It's just the fact that because Disney is not like. Let me put it to you this way: Bill Hunt has got to be one of the most optimistic people when it comes to the industry and what we get out of the industry. He has even taken Disney to task with their treatment of classic films, specifically from Fox, and how they've basically said they're no longer going to really concentrate on physical media. And if you've noticed, we're lucky to get about 4 or 5 releases a year out of them now.
Yeah.
And when we do, it's shit like Pirates of the Caribbean.
Which sucked.
Which was, and I keep forgetting to take back to, it's probably too late for me to take back to Best Buy, but
yeah,
I haven't even watched it, but I just seen a few of the images and I'm like, oh my God, it's worse than what it took the top spot from, it's actually get the worst rated Blu-ray, 4K Blu-ray right now.
Damn, that's horrible.
For as far as reviewers go. Somebody must have amalgamized it,
even worse than Terminator 2.
Yeah, worse than Terminator 2. Worse than
I heard it was really bad.
Bastards. Yep.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But Runner, I did hear there was supposed to be making a sequel to The Accountant, so you might have.
I heard about that. It's not something that's being talked about though a lot.
Yeah. I wonder if that's part of when Ben Affleck said he doesn't want to do franchise stuff anymore. If that's something he'd be still comfortable doing.
Yeah.
Well,
I could
be
see
interesting. But we do have a super chat for $2 here from HVP. Thank you, HVP. I appreciate that. It says, when you upgrade a film, do you keep the last format?
Depends.
Now that depends on the special features.
Very good point.
It's because usually if they carry over the special features of Blu-ray 4K, I'll tend to shed the DVD or the Blu-ray. But if it doesn't like with the criterion of that you just talked about, Citizen Kane, how your Blu-ray set comes with an extra Blu-ray that the set or whatever, or special features on like all the things, and other like the Shout Factory things and the new 4K things.
Different, yeah.
Yeah, I'll tend to keep stuff like that.
Yeah.
So that's what I tend to do. How about you?
Yeah, same thing. If it's generally boils down to if there's a different version of the film or different special features. I've even made the mistake of not looking close enough and thinking, oh, they're similar enough. But sometimes they'll carry over some of the things and not everything, especially trailers lately.
Yeah.
Seems to be something they like to leave off. I don't know why. Those should be like a standard. But yeah, I generally do unless there's no real good reason to. Yep.
Yeah. And then, Runner, you're new to it, so you haven't experienced that yet, have you?
Sorry, experienced what?
Having to change out a DVD or get rid of it. You're new to collecting all this, so you haven't really experienced that
Yeah.
yet, have you?
Well, like having to. You said having to trade in.
Like, no, when you upgrade a film, like from a DVD or
Have you
Blu-ray or
gotten rid of
4K,
an older
have you
one
gotten
you
rid
had?
of the one before?
Oh yeah, no, not yet.
Not yet. I didn't think so. But thank you, HVP, for the $2 super chat. I hope that answered your question. And here, how about a little bit of Samurai Cop?
Good job, guys. Calls for a celebration.
You got it. I'll see you back at your place.
How the hell did he hear that?
I don't know, but I love the cutaway from that. If you've ever seen that, the cutaway to that is brilliant because he says, "Right, I'll see you back in your place," and then boom, it's on her bare ass, and they're laying in bed naked.
Not only that, there's like 3 beats too many in between the answer, even though it's like, how did he hear that? But anyway,
Exactly.
I suppose
yeah,
it's my turn now, huh?
Yes, and before Dan Blackroyd said, "Have you ever put on a list of the worst 4K transfers?" That would be a good watch. So there's
No,
something to
but
think about, Tom.
That would be
pretty
a
much
good
we
watch.
listed most of them already.
Yeah.
I mean, I've even watched some of those videos, like of like worst 4K transfers, just so I can like avoid them. And like I said, like I made that mistake with T2 because I had no clue at all. But I mean, I got it for a relatively cheap price, so that's why I got it.
The one thing I will say, at least with the T2 thing, as pissed as I was about it, you at least get the cool cover, and the if you did not buy the foreign release like I did, you get the documentary that wasn't available in the US before.
Yeah, like,
so at least you get those, I guess.
I was gonna say that cover is so fucking good.
Yeah, I got to give it to Lionsgate for their covers, their steelbooks things, but I wish they'd actually give us new releases instead of the same things over and over again.
I mean, yeah, the cover's awesome, but at least give us something special. Give us the extended edition.
Something, yeah.
Yeah. But what do you got for us, Tom?
Okay, well, I only watched one of the movies on this 2-pack. It's one of our favorites, Mill Creek.
Oh, Mill Creek. Oh, this is, yeah.
But I bought this for Nightwing. And I bought it, which, as you can see, is a killer bat movie.
Is it cool? Was it good? Is that the one you watched?
I
love that.
Funny thing about Nightwing, it has a lot in common. Like, whoever made Bats later on, I can't remember offhand, but I know enough about it. But they seriously seen this movie before. It's very similar in a lot of tones and ways, but not so much with just like some of the settings and stuff. But it's not a horrid movie, but it's clearly made in the wake of Jaws. Has a lot of that kind of a feel to it. This movie was made on like an $8 million budget. Like, it was a big studio picture.
Yeah, that's pretty good amount of money for a movie.
Basically, they gave Carlos Rambaldi a bunch of money to make really fake ass looking bats. Here, let me see if I can find. There's got to be some.
But but did you enjoy any of it?
Oh, it's gloriously bad.
Oh, good. I like hearing that.
David Warner's in it. Let me see if I can find a really fucked up scene. The guy who plays the boss in Graveyard Shift, Stephen King movie, he's in it. He basically plays the part of the mayor almost from Jaws, which is hilarious. It has the dad from Lost Boys in it, the old grandpa guy.
Oh yeah, him.
Yeah.
One thing I couldn't stand was all the damn vampires,
which is kind of funny. Because it's vampire bats, and they keep making a big deal about vampire bats. And it's like, there's only one creature in the world that takes from the ecosystem and doesn't give back, and it's the vampire bat. So they gave Carlo Rambaldi a bunch of fucking money because, of course, it's a Sony film. Mill Creek must have got a decent scan from them. It's actually stereo sound. It was done in Dolby at the time. So for the time period, I mean, like I said, they spent some good money on this movie. But between this and some of the other shit, I'm starting to question why they ever thought Carlo Rambaldi was this awesome special effects guy. He made the Kong in Kong that didn't work. He made these fucking things.
He was really good friends with a lot of people.
I don't know. I've been trying to in my mind go, when did he make something that was really awesome that we like? Oh my God.
I'm gonna see it now, though.
As far as the badness and the batshit craziness, pun intended, it's one of those awesome fucking movies. Oh yeah, E.T.
He made E.T. Well,
that's right. But even that was just the design, I guess. In retrospect, even Spielberg thought his effects weren't that great because he went and turned around and CGI'd them for the 20th anniversary.
That's crazy.
I mean, I watch E.T. now and I can see how all the tricks are done.
Yeah,
it's not that difficult to see. But I'm still stretching to see why he was this great, grand.
Somebody was like, "This dude is really good. Really? I'll hire him."
No, like even his big ass Kong that didn't work looked nothing like the other one.
But now I gotta watch.
That was what's his face, who's actually in the costume. Not Stan Winston, the other guy who does all the makeup effects.
Baker.
Yes.
Yeah,
Baker's in the outfit, and I'm pretty sure he made that costume. There's no fucking way, because he come out of that and he went and made the Tarzan apes and shit. Yeah, it's like no way Rambaldi made that ape. Not the good one, not the one that we see most of. We get the one he made was the one that's the full size one that we get to see for a whole of 22 seconds, I think, in the movie, because it only was able to get the one arm to work. Rick Baker, yeah,
Rick Baker. That's funny. But now you've made everybody want to watch Nightwing because Tyrell says it looks freaking fantastic.
The entire movie is on YouTube.
I'll check it out.
I just pulled that right from a scene from the movie.
If I didn't have as much work as I do, I would watch it right after this.
I mean, it's a slow burn.
No.
Because that bat scene I just showed you is literally 47 minutes into the movie. That's the first time we get to finally see the bats, really. No, but by the end, there's some it makes it worth the wait because the bat scenes are that bad.
Yeah.
They look bad, but it looks entertaining as fuck.
It is in that sense, right? It is definitely. I just shared the link in the private chat if you want to share it out to the regular.
I just clicked it.
There you go. There's the link, everybody.
Save it in your YouTubes.
Yep, for the Nightwing. There you guys go.
That version is not as good as the Blu-ray I got, though.
Yeah,
Nightwing, also very underrated DC character.
This is true, I guess. Shadow of the Hawk, though, is the other movie with it, and the only reason I believe it's connected to it is because it has Native American. It's like a Native American ghost story. So, with Nightwing, it has a Native American. Because this whole fucked up thing. Oh, I didn't even get to the best part.
Go ahead.
About 2/3 of the way into the movie, the main guy, the cop, the Indian guy or Native American guy cop, makes it basically known that this whole thing was brought upon by the old guy who set a curse upon humanity. It's this really nutty fucking thing, It's just no, you just should have stuck with the randomness like the birds. They just decided they're going to start attacking people.
That was cool. I gotta watch this movie now. I'll definitely go watch that. And
the other problem is vampire bats are not that big.
Yeah, they're not.
They are not nearly. They're about the size of little toads. They're some of the smallest bats there are.
It reminded me of Birds, movie Birds.
It's much like the birds. Yes.
Yeah. Breitbart, I would say CGI is what happened to people like Stan Winston.
That is true.
So there's
Stan Winston sadly passed away though.
And that too, yes. Yeah. Yes. And Night Owl says, watched E.T. recently. Did not hold up for him. Interesting.
Effects-wise, I can understand that.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about E.T.
Honestly. The movie, I think, is still decent, but I don't feel like it deserves the praise it has gotten over the years. The fact that it was the highest-grossing film of all time and has gotten forgotten by a lot of people says a lot.
I enjoy ET. I like it.
Yeah,
It's
I
one.
remember. I mean, I remember enjoying it when I was like really little, and then like now
I
it's
mean, it's
like
definitely an
I don't
icon
know.
of the '80s. Don't get me
Oh
wrong,
yeah,
Oh yeah. And it's good. I mean, it's still good watch. Like you said, some of the special
but it's not Spielberg's
effects don't
best.
hold up. Yeah.
no, God no.
Personally, like I said, I prefer Starman over ET. You should check out Starman for anybody out there who hasn't.
I
Yeah,
It's a good
I
one.
I bought Starman after that John Carpenter sale
Oh,
on Shout. I
did
bought
you
it.
watch it yet?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
watched Assault on Precinct 13 recently.
That's
Fucking loved
probably
it.
one of John Carpenter's best films, actually.
yeah, it is. It's
That
really good.
that one is so fucking good. I
Well,
like
I'm
how
talking
it's like
about Starman, but yeah,
Yeah,
oh
that's what I was talking about.
well
About too.
no, but no,
that's the closest he ever got to an Oscar because Jeff Bridges got nominated for Best Actor in it.
I like what Mark says.
I was talking about Assault on Precinct 13.
Oh no,
That's a
that's a
good one.
great little
Yeah,
film.
that's a
Like
great one too.
Yeah,
considering,
it's good. I really liked it. I didn't expect it to be as good because wasn't his first movie, right?
actually, I think it was because
Okay,
he
because
made
that's
that before Halloween. I
yeah,
think
I know he made it before Halloween, so I was like,
it's
all right,
technically his first actual movie, I believe, if you don't count
yeah,
Dark Star.
Yeah.
okay, um, yeah, the Assault on Precinct
Technically, Dark
13
Star would be, but yeah.
I watched recently, but Starman I did get from Shout with a bunch of other Carpenter movies because of that birthday
Well,
sale thing.
Starman is an amazing
It
fucking
is
movie.
really, really good. It's really good. You
I think
should
you're really
definitely
gonna
check that
like
out.
it. It
Yeah,
still holds up very well.
it does. It holds up. When you watch it, you're like, is it me or is this like just really
Probably
ridiculously
Karen
good?
Allen's best performance too,
I know,
actually.
man. That's why when I was watching, I was like, how did this woman not become a huge megastar after this movie? It was a good
Oh, the
movie.
movie got a lot of praise when it came out, though. I mean,
Yeah, it
it
did.
did fairly well at the box office. It even got a spin-off TV series. It was probably John Carpenter's biggest film ever, I believe, box office wise. And it was his biggest studio film ever, too. I know that.
Yeah, it was. It was good too. And Bryant, ET is better than Gandhi.
Definitely. I tried watching Gandhi and I couldn't get all the way through Gandhi.
Yeah, we much preferred Gandhi too
I don't
from
the only
UHF.
the only reason
Steak, medium rare.
Yeah,
the only reason I watched Gandhi was in my history class.
I do
That's the
plan
only
on
time I've ever
finishing it
watched it.
someday, but
yeah.
the only reason I own
It's
Gandhi is because it came in the Columbia box set. That's the only reason.
true. Did it? Is everybody? Is everybody
I don't
still
know if
there?
I don't know if I'd use the word intense.
It has moments where it can get intense, but yeah, I wouldn't say it's too intense. I mean, the ending is pretty.
I'd say it's Carpenter's most serious film,
Yeah,
his most sincere film,
dude, that Mustang
and
was
definitely
a
shows the
beaut.
best of his directorial talents as far
Mm-hmm.
as, not being a horror film. Yeah, it's a sci-fi film of sorts, but it's barely a sci-fi film. Like it has that independent spirit, like because you could have made it as an independent film.
Yeah,
There's really
and
nothing that's that big in that movie that constitutes a huge budget or anything like that. I mean, he
yeah,
could have made that on nothing.
I think the biggest thing, like because I watched the behind the scenes, was the crash in the beginning of the movie.
Yep,
I think
and the
that was like the
spaceship at the end. I
biggest
think,
thing
yeah,
he did in it because he's like he messed. He talks about that, and he talked about he took this job because this was like the only time he would get offered like a big studio thing because he wanted to
the
do
only
it.
other thing I think costed anything was the morphing bit
Yeah,
when he ages or whatever.
yeah, and it's just such a good movie, and it's very much about the human spirit and human
A
life,
lot of
and
that is done with cutaways though too. But
yeah,
no, yeah, you're right. Like just the heart that it has, and it's just a heartbreaking story at the same time.
yeah,
While
it's
it's also
about
very uplifting. It's yeah.
humanity, life, and love, and oh man, yeah,
John
I
should
love
have
that
got an
movie.
Oscar nod
Yes, he
for it.
should have.
It should have got nominated for Best Picture that year. And 86 wasn't even that great of a year for movies. I
Mhm.
mean, there's some decent movies, don't get me wrong, but as far as like Oscar winners, I'm trying to even remember what the hell won that year. I'd have to look, but No, it's great. Yeah, dramatic wise. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Night Owl, if I called you a dude or anything. I did not realize you were a female. I'm
So
sorry about that.
sorry.
Sorry. I did not mean to assume.
It's yeah, and you have to forgive us because 90% of our audience usually is
Mhm.
male.
Yeah,
Without
when we check
some
our analytics.
yeah, and then like without some type of signal that you are female. Sorry.
Yeah, I do apologize,
It
but
is
that's
awesome
awesome.
though when we find out that we have women watching because it does like, oh, our demographic went up a half a point.
Yes. So welcome, Night Owl. I hope you're enjoying and you stick around.
Yes,
Appreciate you.
and we love to meet women who have love for film because that makes the point that we've been making all this time is that you already are fans. You don't need shit that
Exactly.
panders to you.
Exactly.
Oh, Platoon won, Brian. Still
Yeah.
it deserved a nomination. Did it get? Maybe it did get nominated. I don't think it did though.
Mm.
I
But
think
yeah,
he was the only thing that got nominated as far as that goes.
Memoirs of Invisible Man is all right.
That is like the least John Carpenter movie he ever
Very
made.
much. I was actually
That
like,
was purely like made for hire.
you want to be honest? I saw that movie in the theaters, and I didn't know that was a John Carpenter film
It
until I
honestly
was an
feels like a
adult.
Frank Oz movie more than it does a John Carpenter movie.
Yeah. But yeah.
Or a
And
Joe Dante movie even.
exactly. It doesn't feel very Carpenter. That's probably near his end when he was stopped getting like real jobs, I think.
So it's your turn now, yeah.
It's my turn. I'll go into the horror direction. I don't know if you've seen.
I like horror movies.
Yeah, this is a bit of a newer one. I assume you've probably seen this one.
Somebody does
Tucker
Dallas?
Tucker and Dale vs. Evil.
No, but I'm very well aware of it.
You've never seen
I've
it?
seen
This is a
bits and
great flick.
pieces of it, but I know what it is, yeah.
I love this movie. This movie it's so hysterical. It's so much. This is like I guess you could say at times
It's like if R2D2 and C3PO are in a horror movie.
Yes, and it's just so good. Like they do so well with like the tropes of a horror movie. Like the crazy hillbillies. Like you literally like there's a scene when the college kids are pulling up and they're just standing there and he's got like a giant like sigh. He's just holding it and he's picking at his teeth. and Alan Tudyk is beside him just spitting and stuff. It's like they really play like, when you see like these rich college kids coming to a town and like they see the creepy backwoods people. They do it so well. They just do it so well. It's so funny too.
I know that's a favorite of Andre's.
I
don't know about a favorite, but he's a fan, yeah.
And it has some really great kills. I don't want to spoil too much for you if you haven't seen it, but man, you got to see it.
Of it. I have it, but I just never actually got to sit through it from beginning to end.
There's just it's so good, and it's like there's such a great scene when Alan Tudyk has got like the chainsaw and he's cutting up a tree and all these bees come flying out and he just takes off screaming with the chainsaw running and the kid sees him and say, "I'm gonna die! I'm gonna die!" it's so good. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, it has like a Zucker Brothers almost kind of feel to it almost.
Yeah, it's good. It's a great one, and it just came out not too long ago. That's why I brought it. It's just I just saw that it was actually released.
That one up.
Yeah. So, but yeah, if you've not seen it, Runner, check that out. That'd be right up your alley. Yeah. Oh, hell, Cosmic Squirrel. Welcome, buddy.
All right.
But you should check that out, Runner. It's really funny. It's really good.
I'll check it out. It's just
it might even be on Netflix or something like that. I know I've seen it on Netflix before.
Yeah, I think it might be.
There's so many damn movies I need to watch.
I know.
It is.
But the kind of stuff you like, I haven't seen the whole thing, but I know just from what Greg's saying, you'd probably like it.
Yeah, you'd like this one, Tucker and Dale vs. Evil.
All right.
You'd enjoy it whenever you get time. I understand being busy and not being able to watch movies.
I gotta watch it all the way.
I mean, weekends are like the best just because I have like 5 classes now.
That's why usually I tend to wait till the weekends myself to watch when I get free. But
exactly.
Yeah, you should check that out. It's really good. It's got some great kills and it's a great, nice little like turnaround on the horror movie, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre or Wrong Turn or something like that. And it does a great little like reversal of it, and like just the confuse the kid, how the kids just get confused, and how it like who the real villain of the story is. It's such done so well. It's a very smart, funny, great horror comedy type flick. But yeah, Runner, you want to go for your next one?
Yeah, sure. This is the only Shout Factory movie I found on Best Buy. And it's a pretty common one to find on Best Buy, to be honest with you. I mean, I would say I saw, I think they started adding They Live on 4K, the Shout Factory, on some of the Best Buys near me. I have seen that recently, but one that's pretty fucking common is King Kong.
King Kong. Nice. Should have brought that up when I was bringing up King Kong Lives, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but didn't Tom go next or something?
You was talking about the accountant.
You brought up the accountant.
Oh, I did? Oh, yeah. Damn it.
See, I went to get the sequel VHS. You could have brought on King Kong while I was getting the sequel VHS.
Yeah. Damn it.
But yeah, go ahead with it, Runner.
No, yeah, it's the one with Jeff Bridges.
I love Jessica Lange's theme in that. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
That soundtrack's amazing. I love that soundtrack.
And yeah, cool cover, HVP, and I switched it with the original.
That's a poster I want. I haven't got yet.
Yeah.
That is holy fuck, that is a good poster.
It is nice. And what did you think of it? Have you watched it?
Yeah, I have. It's good.
It's got the TV cut on there too, which is awesome.
Yeah, it just has the theatrical cut and the TV cut. I've only seen the theatrical cut. I'm not sure. I feel like Tom can more so talk about that.
You get plenty of what you need in the theatrical, but it's just fun to see the TV cut because like when they showed it on TV, they padded it out to 2 nights. Yeah. So they just added a bunch of stuff. A lot of it's just nothing really.
It's usually they just like to fill the time slot. They'll take scenes that were deleted or alternate takes and just add into it.
Yeah. Mike's here now. Yay.
Mike. Have to get you back on here, buddy.
You can send me that poster with the Godzilla one while you're at
it. And I'm not a big expert on the kaiju stuff. That's not my expertise. I'm trying to get into it, but I feel like it's
Kong is king. That's all that matters.
Kong is king.
I
still think he was the best. I mean, you do the MonsterVerse, and I still feel like Kong was the best developed monster in the MonsterVerse, with only being in 2 movies.
Still should have kicked his ass, and the tagline could have been, "A God will know what it's like to fall to a king."
Yes.
I saw Godzilla versus Kong in the theater just because I'm that's a movie you gotta see in the theater. But and the parts where they actually fought were really good, and then there were human stuff with it, which I'm I don't care for the most part. But and here's the thing though, I was on Team Godzilla because I'm Godzilla's gonna whoop his ass. I'm sorry, to any Kong fans out there, I don't mean any disrespect, but I'm sorry, Godzilla would.
You un-American bastard.
Yeah. I like Godzilla, don't get me wrong, but I was always more of a King Kong fan.
Okay, but this is the thing, and this is a fact. Okay, in the movie, Kong is nearly dead. And if those humans weren't there to shock him with that spaceship, he'd be fucking dead.
I didn't like that part.
Godzilla would have won.
Shouldn't have won.
No, should have.
And it's Kong the most obvious choice. To win. Yeah. I mean, it's
no. Even the Japanese back in the day knew Kong was supposed to win.
Yeah. It's true. I did like Kong.
Monkey fight lizard. Monkey use weapon.
I watched Skull Island with my dad. It was good. I liked it.
I love Skull Island. It was pretty good.
My dad loves Skull Island. I've seen Skull Island so many damn times because if it's on TV, he stops and just starts watching it. And I'm like, Dad, we've seen this 100 times.
It's pretty fucking underrated in my opinion.
It's good. It's good.
And was it the 2014 Godzilla? It was okay. I kind of fell asleep at times. King of the Monsters wasn't all that great.
I like the monster stuff in King of the Monsters, just not
Oh,
the
yeah.
human stuff.
I know the mom
Exactly.
was so fucking annoying.
That is the dumbest character ever.
Oh,
She
that
was
was
so
the
dumb, and then they
worst.
try to make you feel bad for when she dies, and you're like, I really don't give a shit.
It was
I know,
easy to
I'm like,
fix
that
that. They
was
should have
the
never
fucking-
had her working with them.
Exactly.
Period.
Yeah, exactly. I was glad she died. I'm like, thank you.
All you had to do was have them forcing her to turn it on because they wanted to bring out the kaiju so they could kill them. You know, and that's all you had to do.
Yeah.
That way she wouldn't have been a
Yeah.
bad guy, just a victim of
Yeah, that whole-
circumstance. And yeah.
That whole plan was so fucking dumb.
Yeah, it was. And I mean, I don't know. I like Godzilla, but King Kong was always like the 76 film, the original, the King Kong Lives. The Jack Black one was all right with what's his name?
Kong's my boy.
Yeah, it was good. So I much prefer that. But
That's
I
the
love
Peter
the
Jackson
original.
one, right?
Yeah, the Peter Jackson one. I
I
couldn't think of his
get
name.
it. Godzilla's heavy metal.
Yeah, I
But,
love
bro,
Godzilla
but-
too. I mean, like the
Come
old
on.
1955 black and white
Classic
ones.
rock, man. I mean,
I just
Yeah.
think Godzilla looks cool and just could. I'm sorry, he could beat the shit out of Kong.
Kong
I don't
just has
care.
more personality. That's the thing with me.
I
Yeah.
agree, but I mean, I can agree with that to a point. I just think Godzilla is a fucking beast.
Yeah, he's a giant lizard.
Godzilla
Exactly, he's a
versus
giant
Bambi.
lizard. That's all you need to know. He's a giant fucking lizard.
That's the one that everybody wants to see. Godzilla versus Bambi.
That Thumper will come in and help him.
Haven't you ever seen that before?
What?
No, I have not. What is
You've
that?
never seen Godzilla versus Bambi?
No, I've never seen that one.
No.
It's
This
a
is like
classic.
literally the first I've heard of it.
Oh my god, I'll show it
Please
to
tell
you.
me.
It's a classic, my friends. Hang on.
I want to see this.
I gotta
so
wait through the
fucking
stupid
bad.
fucking. All right, hang on here. Let me share it. I'm sure
You know-
somebody in the chat knows what this is. I can't believe you've never seen this, Greg.
I
They used
don't
to
know
show
why.
this back on HBO and shit back in the day.
Maybe that.
It's literally a minute and a half. Well, kind of gives it away. Or Bambi meets Godzilla anyway.
Oh shit!
I can't believe I've never seen this. You'd think I would have seen something like this.
This was like internet viral video way before the internet.
I'm pretty
I'm
sure
not
I know where
kidding.
this is going.
Yeah, you can almost guess. It's got to build up to it, though. Bambi's wardrobe.
Holy shit! I didn't catch that till Tom said it.
Marv Newland, produced by Mr. and Mrs. Newland. Oops.
Oh, I have seen that. I've seen the image.
That's it.
That's cool. I had never seen that before.
It's like, oh, it's from like the 70s or whatever. The end.
Look at the legs and arms.
That was nice. Completely acknowledge the city of Tokyo. Love that. Nice.
Obtaining Godzilla.
Oh man,
That's hilarious as shit.
that is great.
His fucking arms and legs are just spread apart.
I just went through a roller coaster ride of emotions with that film right now.
I know, right? It's Oscar caliber.
That's great. That's great.
I used to have that on a table with Hardware Wars and something else. I can't remember what, but my cousins got off of HBO.
That's great.
You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll kiss $3 goodbye. Don't tell me you don't know Hardware Wars at least.
Yeah, I know that.
Chinchilla. The Wookiee monster.
Still can't believe I've never seen that before. That's crazy.
Oh,
I
that's
like
right,
that.
Mike. Thank you. Yes. Yes. It was also on Godzilla 85. Yes.
There you go. All right. Tom, what do you got for us?
I actually only have one more left. I only had 3 picks this week. I didn't get a chance to watch a lot.
All right.
But
We can do 3 picks tonight. We'll hit up more
this
next
is
week.
one of the this is a movie I actually have had in my collection for a while. And I'm glad I picked it up when I did because it's out of print. But it is one of Shout's worst snafu fuck up movies ever. As far as like it's supposed to have a 5.1 track on it, and the 5.1 track is nothing. Like you switch it and there's no sound. It has no you can't get to the scene stops. Like they have no chapter thing on the menu. They fucked that up too. But outside of that, it's a decent scan, and you get the original 2.0 soundtrack and a commentary, I guess. So this movie, though, the reason I watched it, even though I hadn't, was because we lost Meatloaf. And
Oh,
it's the only movie he ever starred in. He's been in over 80 films and television
right.
shows, but there's only one film he ever starred in, and that was the 1980 film Roadie, starring him, Alice Cooper, Art Carney, Deborah Harry from Blondie, Hank Williams Jr., Roy Orbison's in it.
Dang.
Believe it or not, he does not sing in it. That's fucked up.
Really?
But the movie itself is not that great.
Mm-hmm.
But what it is they were clearly trying to bank on the whole Smokey and the Bandit Cannonball Run type tone, but instead of it being about cars, it's about rock and roll. And Meatloaf plays this really handy dandy guy who has no real direction, and he gets wrapped up in the world of rock and roll as the world's best roadie. And it is a fucked up kind of movie. Like I said, the comedy in it is they were trying to go for this the same kind of tone that's in like the later Smokey and the Bandit films and the Cannonball Run, just kind of off the wall humor. Maybe even kind of like a little bit with like what's in Blues Brothers, that kind of a humor.
Oh yeah.
It just doesn't mix the best all the time. So like sometimes you're just going like, what the fuck is going on here? But I mean, other than that, there's a sweet little story to it at the same time. And just the fact that you got Meatloaf in a starring role. It's kind of good to at least have it. And considering I'm glad I bought it because now this movie goes for like 100 and some bucks.
Damn.
It's out of print.
I'm
sure it'll go up even more now.
Yeah, now that I would. Is it? Can you like watch it anywhere else? Because I'd like to see that because I like the Cannonball Run films, and even if it's a bad one.
I mean, it's not like in a sense like it's not like it's not like a cross country race or anything. Just that kind of humor, right? Like that late 70s, early 80s type of humor that you got from those kind of movies. They were trying to do here. That Southern fried humor, I guess, is the best way to
Kentucky
call it.
Fried
or Kentucky Fried humor, I guess. I mean, it's really off the wall. It has gimmicky kind of scenes, just kind of randomness sometimes, off the wall, but it's kind of mixed with a true like a romantic story mixed with like a dramatic stuff mixed with like off the wall, offbeat comedy stuff, slapstick and everything else. So it tries to do a lot of different things, but it falls in this kind of weird category. Kind of like, Every Which Way But Loose, kind of almost. Yeah.
That'd be cool. I mean, I'd like to see it. I mean, definitely, because I liked Meatloaf, and I was actually not aware of that movie because I've seen most of what he was in. I think we all remember him from Fight Club, but I liked him in Black Dog, and I liked him in so many other things. There's
I guarantee you, there's more shit you never knew he was in, just because
I guarantee you, yeah. And Rocky Horror Picture Show, all them. Was he in Hair?
The original play, but I don't know if he ever made it into the movie.
Yeah, I remember he was in Hair, but I didn't think it was a movie. But yeah, I liked Meatloaf. I liked him. I was a fan of his.
I mean, he popped up in Wayne's World. He popped up in
Wayne's World.
Spice World. He's had tons and tons of television appearances, on shows and other things. I mean, he was a good actor.
He was.
I mean, this movie shows that. I mean, the movie itself is not that great. But I mean, the character he's given to play, it's sad that the story wasn't a little bit better, screenplay wasn't a little bit more tight, because it could have been a decent film, but it's clearly lost because it was a flop and it just doesn't quite know what it's trying to do.
I want to see it now. I do want to see it because, I am a fan of Meatloaf, but I guarantee you there's not a whole lot I'm sure there's more out there that I know I've not seen with him in it, but I've seen a lot with him, and I do remember him giving an interview. It's kind of sad now when you think about it. Is like he always sort of wanted to win an Oscar because he wanted to be one of those people that won a Grammy and an Oscar and all that stuff.
I think Fight Club was that chance, and it just kind
of went over him.
He was never gotten that much respect, and unfortunately, and both the music side of things and, you know, his acting side of things, he was never really respected the way he should have been. But hopefully now he will get some of that respect. But
hopefully.
I mean, at heart, he really was an actor. He never started. He never planned on being a singer.
You could tell too, like even in his like old music videos and stuff, you can see how much he put into it. And on the stage and stuff. So
the theatrics, the
theatrics was great. But when
he sings his songs, he sings like he would act, right? He says, when I sing those songs, I become a character in the song. So that's like, you know, where people ask, well, it's like, where does that passion come? It's like, because I become that character. It's like I just become a character that's in the song. It's telling a story, and then from there, I can just pull the emotion out, just like I would if I was playing a character in a scene as an actor. Yeah. It's the same thing, he said. So
that's cool. I'm gonna have to try to find a copy of that to watch so I can see that.
Yeah, if you don't get a chance to, let me know. I'm sure we can figure something out. It might be on YouTube or something like that, or somewheres.
Definitely, because it sounds interesting. I would like to see, even if it's a kind of a bad movie, I would like to see it. But yeah, that's a good pick, a good one. I guess I'll do my last little pick. I meant to bring this here once before. I actually did bring this here once before, but I never got to share it. But my Fly set.
Help me.
I have not watched all of them, but the first one and the Jeff Goldblum one, I love these movies. These are great, but I have not watched all these on my box set yet. So
the rest are pretty stupid.
Yeah, the rest are pretty stupid, but you know, I mean, I'm just glad to actually have all of them. You know, the Fly, Return to Fly.
It is kind of nice. I got that set too, but
I mean, even like the Fly 2, the sequel to the Jeff Goldblum one. I think this is like the only Blu-ray you can get of it. I mean, it's not a great movie, but I'm glad to have it.
Oh, the Jeff Goldblum one? No, you can actually the Fox release.
No, the Fly Part 2 of the Jeff.
Oh
Goldblum one.
Yeah, that is the first time I think that was released.
Yeah,
on Blu-ray
like father, like son, Eric Stoltz, which is horrible, but
the original Fly films, I want to say, got either an HD only release or they at least were released in some kind of set before. But I never got my hands on them. I had the original Fly and I had the '86 Fly before that set. But yeah.
It's a great set from what I've seen. What I've watched of it, Shot Factory did a really great job, and it's really cool to have. And I'm a huge Vincent Price fan, and it's just so good in that, you know, that this was a fly guy at the end in the web. Harry, I just love that in the original. It's such a good movie, and like
one of those few movies I actually like the remake better than the original.
Yeah, I will say I like the remake better, but you know, it's fun to have what came before it, and that's how you do a remake, though. Like the Jeff Goldblum, like we've talked about it tons of times with the Fly.
And I don't hate the Fly 2 either. I actually think the Fly 2 is pretty good.
I like it.
It's not great, but it's good.
Yeah, it's not great. I'm not a huge Eric Stoltz fan, but I like it, and it's got some really great like bloody practical effects and stuff. So,
well, it was directed by Chris Walas, who did the effects for Gremlins and a few other things.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. So that's pretty cool. I like it. I'm just glad to have all of them because
that movie is why he didn't do the Gremlins for Gremlins 2.
No, really, because he did the Fly 2. I know what's his name, Mick Garris. Yeah, Mick Garris wrote it, and he had something completely different in mind than what we actually saw. And I don't know if it would have been much better than his idea of what actually came out. I can't quite remember what it was, though.
I don't either, but yeah, they clearly went with the straightforward sequel, which was a safe thing. And I don't think the movie bombed when it came out, the sequel. I think it did okay. Yeah, I remember it pretty well.
It was good. I mean, it's hard to top that one with Jeff Goldblum. I mean, let's be honest.
And
It's
no,
just
don't get me wrong, Tim. Of course, the original, you got to hold it up with respect. But it's just one of those that we had this period in the 80s where they were able to do remakes that weren't insults to the original and took the material to the next level. And that was just one of them.
Yeah.
And
And
yeah.
Go ahead. I was gonna say, like, even David Cronenberg here, he shares the the credit of the story with the original writer of The Fly, even though nothing of what he wrote was actually appears in the movie. But he said the ideal and the story came from him, so he gave him credit. So like they respected it. That's what I was just going to say.
I don't remember. Is The Fly based on like a book or a short story? Or
it was
something
actually
like that?
based on a story that appeared in Playboy.
Okay, that's what I thought.
A short story in Playboy, yes. And then they kind of just made it into the movie, and then it went from there. So
I haven't read it, but yeah, I knew it was obviously, or I would have known. But I'm curious if the '86 movie is closer to that original story.
I think what I remember is like, well, I don't know. I've never read this original story, but I did watch a really great video about it not too long ago. I think the original Fly, the one with Vince Price, is a little more closer to the story than.
Well, spoilers. That movie is okay, but it's like he gets the head of a fly eventually, and he gets the hand of a fly, and then he gets his head crushed at the end.
I know I'm laughing about it because it sounds bad, but it's really good. But it is. It's a product of its time.
Now. It did not age well, kids. As much as I love Vincent Price and the concept is very high concept, it's one of those movies that the idea was way ahead of the curve for special effects, and
it does get a little more bloodier than some films about that time with the whole head crushing thing.
And Vincent Price.
Yeah, I love that. You got to do the Vincent Price rap from.
Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize Runner's neighborhood.
I was going to say Runner checked out.
No, I'm still here.
But I agree with you, Tom. Like Scarface, The Thing, like Brian Barthez, and The Blob. They just had, they just had like a way of remaking movies in the '80s that was, I don't know, they were respectful to
probably the one that's the farthest from. Yeah, but it's hardly anything like the original, and the original's not bad. It's just the original's a very 1940s. Hey, see, kind of
Budgie Malone.
Yeah, very much so. And they just borrow like a few tangential things, and otherwise Scarface, like, oh, I love De Palma's film. It's a brilliant fucking film.
Okay.
Speaking of that,
wait, have you seen The Thing in 4K yet, Greg?
I have not yet watched my 4K of it yet, but I plan on doing it here very, very soon. It's one of the reasons why I haven't brought it on. Plus, you guys have brought on The Thing like 100 times already. So
I think Tom brought it up once, and then I brought it on once I like got it at Best Buy.
Yeah, but what was you gonna say, Tom?
Just the whole Scarface thing kind of reminded me of something that I'm trying to find on that I retweeted earlier today.
Yeah,
here it is. You might have saw it, because I think you liked it, but whoops, I don't think we want to share your.
Oh yeah,
I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that earlier. Yeah.
First they get the coke, then they get the money. Now the Colombian cartels want the power. Let the drug wars be.
Could you imagine? That would be like an amazing Ninja Turtles movie. Get April O'Neil in that dress. What's her name? Oh my God, was it Michelle Pfeiffer?
Oh, April O'Neil on this case. She's got too much cocaine on her face.
Get her in that dress Michelle Pfeiffer wore, and she'd be dancing, and Raphael be walking her in.
You're polluted.
It's just not right, Raph. Leo, shut your mouth.
That that description right there, like that's a fucking masterpiece.
Hey, bro, you're polluted.
Someone
Fuck you,
please,
Raph.
someone please make that into a film. I will
What
pay
would
so
Splinter
much
say?
money.
Raph, you're doing too much coke, dude. Fuck off, Mikey.
That would be amazing. I would love to see that movie.
Never get high on your own supply. Shut up, Leo.
That needs to be a movie. Like, I want that movie.
Donnie can make more.
He's the brains.
I've
Shredder comes in.
my limit this month. That's the
Shredder
best
comes in
storytelling
wearing
I can
like
do.
a button-up flower shirt. You think you can move into our territory?
Say hello to my little friend. You want to get rough? Okay. We're going to get rough.
Anybody that left early, they're missing out.
Watch this, kid. You see this there? Mikey's going to get slapped in his face.
Poor Mikey.
I love Mikey.
Watch it. He's going to stick his tongue out at the girl and she's going to slap him. Look at the pelicans.
No, but in all seriousness, that needs to be a movie.
That would be good. What was that even? Where would that description come from?
I don't know. Somebody probably made it. Like,
I was gonna say it's on Netflix.
Considering it says they and they and they, like, yeah, and then the Colombian, yeah.
That would have been a good movie though. I would have watched that.
That would have been a masterpiece.
They found the coke. Do not sell it. It is the devil's powder. They didn't listen to Splinter.
To the corner now.
You know Casey Jones is gonna steal all that shit, right?
Of course, Casey Jones.
Game roundhead.
It'd be that Casey Jones would be his friend, and April O'Neil would be like Michelle Pfeiffer, and then Raphael would be Scarface, and then you get the Shredder and all them. The Shredder and the Foot Clan would be the cops.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That's that's just fucking brilliant.
That'd be great.
Whenever that movie comes out, that would be my most anticipated movie of whatever year that comes out.
It'd be a hell of a lot better than what we're going to get.
Oh,
yeah.
Fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like I said, if they made that movie, it would be a fucking masterpiece.
It would.
Seth Rogen, we're getting in that other one.
Fuck him.
So retarded.
It's my turn, right?
Do you want to go one more? We was going to just do 3 because Tom ran out, but we can do one more.
Yeah, if you each got one more, it's your turn.
I have one more.
Yeah, go ahead.
This one.
Did you do your next one? Or not?
I did The Fly.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
This one's from Kino. I bought it from Best Buy. Yeah, why? I don't know why I blanked out right there.
They actually had some Kino at Best Buy. That's cool.
Yeah. This is the only one I saw, actually.
Your Best Buy sounds so much better than my Best Buy.
Right?
I mean, it depends. Sometimes they have good stuff. Sometimes it's like, I don't need some of this stuff. It really depends, though. Like
I am glad to see though when they got boutique titles at actual outlets, though.
Oh yes. That's why I don't go to Walmart and Target all that often for physical media, because they don't have jack shit.
No, they just exclusively in DVDs, which is like the number one selling.
Yeah,
so
exactly. Like I mostly go to Best Buy. Like 9 times out of 10, I'll go to Best Buy. But I watched this one recently for the first time, and I enjoyed it. It's probably gonna take me a few more watches to enjoy it as much as others, but It's The Silence of the Lambs on 4K.
Nice.
Tell me, Clarice, do you hear them? The
Tick-tock,
cries of the
tick-tock,
lambs
tick-tock.
in the night. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice key.
It's Chianti.
No, it was good. I was glad I grabbed it.
It puts the lotion on its skin and then it puts it in the basket.
Dang, man, where's my supplies? Oh wait, I thought we was doing Joe Dirt.
What do you want? I love it when he answers the door. He's like, "What do you want?"
Yeah, he's like, what do you want? It's like he's all tired. I'd fuck me.
You fuck me. I'd fuck me.
That third act was really good, though.
So is that the only Hannibal
It
movie
is.
you've ever seen, Runner?
I can't think of any others.
So what'd you think? Being that it's the first horror movie to ever win Best Picture.
Yes.
Oh, is that true?
Yes.
Oh, I like it. I think it's good. It didn't grab me a whole lot like the first act, I feel like, and then it started getting better.
It's a good movie. It's really good, and I guess you could say it's the probably the one that deserves an Oscar for being one of the first horror movies to get it, to being the first horror movie to get it, I guess. But I really liked it. Manhunter. Check out Manhunter and see.
Well, I was just gonna tell him. Do you realize that that's not the first time Hannibal Lecter's been on screen before? They actually did a movie in the '80s called Manhunter. Yeah, with what's his name from CSI?
William Peterson.
William Peterson, yeah.
Yep.
And actually, Hannibal was played by God, I can't think of the guy's first name, but something Cox. He played
Brian Cox.
Brian Cox, who was in X-Men 2.
Yep, he's the voice of the McDonald's commercials too.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah, he was the guy in X-Men 2 that made Wolverine. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Manhunter is really fucking good. Red Dragon's okay, but it's basically it's the same movie.
I don't know if it's me, but like I didn't get like a ton of horror vibes from this movie.
It's because it's done so well, but it is considered a horror movie. So
yeah, I know it is. I don't see it that way. I'll have to rewatch it to like.
Most people didn't at the time. That's kind of how it skated past. But if you really think about it, if you had recast it with other, different actors and stuff, it was basically no different than any of the other kind of slasher movies at the time, really.
Yeah, I mean, you got Buffalo. What's his name? Buffalo Bob. Bill. Yeah. I want to say Bob because I was thinking about Joe Dirt a minute ago.
I was gonna say like
no, it is Buffalo Bob. It is Buffalo
Bob. Yeah.
I mean, I'd say like the performance like Anthony Hopkins gives, like that's very horror-ish. I'll say that much. Like that really worked, and I mean, it's Anthony Hopkins, but like one hell of a performance.
It's great. It's such a good movie, and it's like, it's so good. And
Scott Glenn was pretty good in it too.
Yeah, Scott Glenn's good, and like the whole thing with like Jodie Foster. I don't think she was actually supposed to have the Southern accent to begin with, and they like actually shot some of the movie, I think, without the accent, and then like they finally. Because it was like the first time director too, and he used to do like music videos for MTV or something like that, and like he got her to get into the Southern accent, and I was like, that's it, that's Clarice, and then they got into the whole,
Clarice.
Yeah. But it's such a damn good movie, and like when he gets freed at the end of the movie, and it's like
that was great.
Yeah. Like when they were saying here, who was saying it? Let me see. Brian Barth said he's only got like 16 minutes of screen time in the actual movie. So, and it shows you how well that performance was.
Yeah, holy shit. I mean, yeah. I didn't think of it like that because you kind of feel like he's in.
You feel like he's in most of it, and he's not. It's basically like, the story of Buffalo Bob.
Yeah, it's like Heath Ledger's Joker. Like he's in less than 30 minutes of the movie, but you feel like he's in it like almost the entire time.
He'd actually done a few movies before that, but nothing to that level. Like a lot of like Caged Heat, Crazy Mama, a lot of exploitation shit. Then he did like a bunch of music videos, like he said, and he did Stop Making Sense for the Talking Heads. Jonathan Demme is the director, of course.
Yeah.
Something Wild was like his first real successful film which was a comedy before, and then Married to the Mob, which was also a fairly successful comedy. And then he went from 2 comedies to making Silence of the Lambs. So yeah.
I mean, like talking about batting, they're hitting a strike there.
He worked on TV and some other stuff in between, but yeah.
Yeah. But Hannibal, the sequel, I'll be honest, I prefer Red Dragon over Hannibal. But I like Manhunter better than either sequel.
I prefer the Manhunter version, but yeah, Hannibal is a strange animal. I like it.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the last good Ridley Scott films besides The Martian. But it has its flaws and it has some issues. And as good as Julianne Moore is, and I adore her, she wasn't playing the same character. And
it didn't feel right.
Yeah, something didn't feel right. Yeah.
It was off. Her character, it just wasn't Clarice. I don't know. But like you said, like I prefer Manhunter to any of the sequels to Silence of the Lamb. But I do like Red Dragon. I thought it was better than Hannibal. And I never saw
Red Dragon was decent, yeah.
Yeah, I never saw what was the last one? Hannibal Rising. I never saw that.
Fucking horrible.
Yeah, that's what I heard bad things.
Sadly, the actor just passed away. I hate saying that.
Unfortunately. Yes.
No, Hannibal Rising is fucking horrible.
Yeah. That's what I heard. Runner, you got to go. So we'll probably any final words? We'll close it down, guys. Any final words? All right.
Kumquat.
Cucumber. Go ahead, Runner.
Oh, yeah, I gotta go. Sorry.
Get the hell out of here so we can have grown-up talk.
All right, no problem.
We're gonna wrap it up anyway. So yeah.
I'll link my latest video in the chat. It's the Mortal Kombat 2 announcement.
Okay.
Which that's official now, huh? I know they were talking about another. There was going to be more, but
I was very skeptical about it. I'm like, I wonder if they really are, and yeah, they announced it. And
I was pretty sure they were gonna,
yeah, like Todd Gardner just put on like a number 2 with flames on it, and I'm like, oh shit,
it made enough money.
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, it was a low budget, but I still think it I don't know, kind of hurt when they did the date-to-date release thing, but because I feel like if it was just in theaters, it would make more money.
Yeah, but we'll see. But leave your link in the chat there, and I'll put it up for everybody to see.
Yeah, I'll link it right now. Hold up.
Yeah, and the Hannibal TV show is really good. Have you seen the Hannibal TV show, Tom?
No, but I've heard very good things about it.
It's good. It's pretty good, and I know they make it up to Manhunter by the 3rd season. So yeah, it's pretty darn good. So it's 3 seasons, and they're actually not really long seasons. They did it pretty. I think that's one of the reasons why it was probably such a tight show. Is like they don't give 22, 21 episodes a season. They're a lot shorter. I can't remember how many there are, but they're a lot shorter. So, and Runner's gone.
Well, poor kid's got to get up in the morning.
Yeah. So have a good night, Runner. Thanks, man. I appreciate you coming on. And there's this video for everybody to see if you guys want to check it out. Yeah, it gets. I know that feeling. I have to get up early and do things.
Yeah, I got a ton of shit to do too. But yeah.
Yep. So, all right. Tom, you want to say anything before we head out?
No, I'm I think we covered everything pretty good this week. I
Yep.
don't think we forgot anything, and I wish I had time to have watched more, but it is what it
Same
is.
here. Same here. I'm hoping to get some stuff watched in
Hopefully, you
this
guys
weekend.
enjoy Nightwing. I brought something to the table.
Yes, yes. And remember, if you guys haven't saved it, it's somewhere in the chat. So if you need to go back and find it,
I might still have it.
yeah, I
Copy paste
copied
here.
it for me so I
There you
can
go.
watch
There
it
you go.
this
You can share it
weekend.
again. There you go.
Okay, let me get it here.
I don't have my
And
thing up, or I just do it myself.
yeah, I get you. Come on, there you go. My computer was running slow. There you go. And there you go. If you guys want to watch Nightwing
But
again,
it's
there you
dirt
go.
cheap. You get both those movies together for $8.99. So
Yeah,
and it's not a very bad transfer at all. I mean, considering so
and plus, I mean, it's Mill Creek.
it's Mill Creek.
It's Mill Creek. That would be so cool to get them people on here because we make fun of them all the time. Tom, it's if you want to go for that question.
I just they don't really have the room right now, and they wanted to make Chrissy full time and stuff like that. So if you missed me, just let them know in the comments.
There you go. I love having you here, so I appreciate you coming on week in, week out, even like today. And if you guys didn't watch it, Tom was just on Quarterback Garrett's channel talking the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Part 2. You guys can go over there and check that out if you missed it. So that was pretty cool. I caught the tail end of it.
Yeah,
It was
it
a
was
good one.
fun.
Yeah, and you guys brought up The Last Dragon, and I almost brought The Last Dragon tonight because I was looking through my stuff, and I was like, "Oh, faux show."
Hey, honestly, I have it on Blu-ray, but I have not seen it since I was a little kid.
Really?
I'd planned on watching it eventually again here, but yeah, it's been God. Whenever it came out was the last time I saw it, like on cable as a kid, because I remember my cousins are like, "Oh, you'll like this. It's got a kid who does karate and shit." Like, all right.
It's good. I haven't seen it in a while myself too, but I have the Blu-ray and I almost brought it tonight, but that was because I was just thinking about it. But yeah, and thank you, Night Owl. The VHS doc will be tomorrow at 3:00 for everybody out there Eastern time, and I appreciate you guys hanging out with us in the chat. Sci-fi action movie reviews, Night Owl, Brian Barth, Cosmic Squirrel, Tyrell72, Mark. Cosmic Squirrel, Anthony Draven, Dan Blackroyd, Martin Vasquez. Sorry, it's Martin, not Martha. And if I missed you, I apologize. HVP, I apologize if I missed you, but thank you all for hanging out in the chat. Thank you for everybody watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. And as we leave, my customary ending that I like, which I'm probably going to have to start getting a new one because I use it too much. But here you go.
How you doing? Bitches leave.